Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Anthony Salic, and The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 1 is finally here. I figured I'd do a quick little review just because this episode was actually really short. So I don't think, have I ever covered Mandalorian on the channel? I did a little bit of Boba Fett. I did Obi-Wan. And that was mainly it for Star Wars. So this is my first one for Mandalorian. Actually, quick little funny story. Yesterday, I rewatched the season 2 finale of Mandalorian, and I'm watching this episode, and I completely forgot that Mando literally had a whole bunch of storyline and plot during the Book of Boba Fett. So if you don't watch episode 5, 6, and 7 of Book of Boba Fett, you're gonna really struggle when it comes to this season as a whole, because at the end of season 2, Mando leaves Grogu with Luke Skywalker, and then all of a sudden he's here with Grogu. He has a new ship, and he somehow has Grogu back. So it's a little bit confusing, but I just thought I'd mention that because I know that a lot of fans out there are going to be really there's definitely going to be some fans who is like, wait, how the hell does he have Grogu? Where did this new ship come from? Where did he get all of this cool stuff? So that I thought I'd just share that. But so the episode came out, and it was really short. It was around 30 minutes, like 31 minutes without the credits. And I mean, it's pretty much a glimpse for what they're trying to tease. The cool thing that I always liked about The Mandalorian is how it's always been sort of on the street level, low level scenes of how Star Wars. Because, Star Wars has always been, for the most part, always been these big stories between the Jedi and the Sith. And it's always been good versus evil. It's always been the Rebels versus the Empire. With Mandalorian, ever since season 1, it's always been sort of on a low risk, low reward. There's only a certain group of people you got to know, and there's only certain villains that we're going to come across. And I really do like how they take sort of this little smaller street level side to it. And this episode of Mandalorian really shows it off. We actually get to see the season actually starts off with a ritual. I'm guessing of a ritual where this one kid is becoming a Mandalorian, and then you actually see a whole bunch of Mandalores who do some sort of ceremony in which they promote or they give this kid a Mandalorian helmet, and then it ends up being interrupted by this giant water dragon lizard thingy, and it almost looks like it's gonna go bad until you actually see the Mandalorian Din Djarin actually come in with his ship and sort of kill the water dragon on its side using the ship's lasers. So I found that really, really cool. We sort of get the whole mission and quest that this season is going to bringing us. The whole thing is, the season is mainly going to revolve around Din Djarin trying to go to the Mandalorian mines in order to sort of redeem himself, because at the end of season 2, if you remember, he took off his helmet in front of Grogu in order to say goodbye, and it was in front of a whole bunch of people. And then during the events of Book of Boba Fett, we actually see him sort of go on this journey, and he realized that he has to sort of redeem himself, and he's basically outcasted by his own cult. And basically his whole thing is that he has to go to the mines in Mandalore, swim in it, and then bring back proof, and then that way they're able to sort of take him back in, that they're able to accept him as one of their own again. So that's sort of the quest that we have, but they obviously put in a bunch of obstacles that they're going to be doing along the way. For example, he ends up going to what's the planet called again? I think it was Navarra, I think was it? And we actually get to see Carl Weathers' character again, who's been in the previous seasons. And we sort of learned that Mando really wants to bring back IG-11, who was the droid from the first season, because that's the only droid that he trusts in order to go to the planet of Mandalore. So that's pretty interesting how they're kind of setting up. They're going to have to as they explained in the episode, Mando is going to have to find some sort of piece in order to bring back IG-11. and then also he actually gets into a big fight with the with some of the pirates there, and so he actually ends up going through this really intense shootout, almost Western style shootout, which Star Wars is very much known for throughout their live action and animated stuff. And he ends up killing 4 pirates, and then as he's traveling to the planet of Mandor or Mandalore, he comes across these pirates again, and then he comes across this really big ship, and you actually get to see the leader of these pirates. I forgot the name, but the way this guy looks, he almost looks like it reminded me of Swamp Thing from DC. If you ever seen the DC comics Swamp Thing, he's like this big green, almost like it reminded me of Swamp Thing. I was gonna say, like, it's literally like if Star Wars had a version of Swamp Thing, and then they literally put him in like some pirate clothes. So you really get to see for what the obstacles are going to be throughout the season. Obviously, he's probably going to have to deal with these pirates later on. He's going to have to find out a way to fix IG-11, and then he's going to have to go to the planet Mandalore, explore it, because again, they've been teasing that the planet of Mandalore has been just ruined, that it is just completely unlivable. It was taken out during the purge, and that there's pretty much nothing there. But of course, Mando is now gonna have to go there in order to actually, see if they're actually, telling the truth or if they're lying, because nobody's really been there, so he has to go there himself in order to find out if it's actually, a ruined planet like everybody's been saying. But overall, it's a great start to the season. You get to see baby Grogu doing adorable, cute things. That's one of the things that they love about this show is pushing the Grogu, loveness everywhere. Grogu's always doing something adorable, and I freaking love it. And obviously Mando now having his objectives. Now we sort of are going to be seeing throughout the next 7 episodes what he's going to be doing, how he's going to be overcoming his obstacles, and hopefully by the end of the season, redeem himself. They also do tease Bo-Katan at the end of the episode, so there is a little bit of that rivalry still there, because if you remember, Bo-Katan wants the Darksaber, but in order to get that, she has to defeat Mando in a combat trial. So she literally has to beat him in like a hand-to-hand combat. And they haven't teased that she wants to, but most likely they're gonna come across that path later on throughout the season. Really do hope so. I love the good one-to-one fights that they have. They've done a good job before in the past, so I have no doubt they're gonna be able to do it again in this. But anyway, guys, I don't know what to rate this episode. I haven't seen the last 2 seasons in full in a while, but if I was gonna rate this episode, I give it a solid 8. It's an introductory a reintroduction with building blocks there, so they kind of tease of what's going to be happening throughout the season. And of course, it's good old-fashioned Star Wars, so there's nothing really wrong with it. I really do love this show. And yeah, with that said, guys, if you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. And yeah, be sure to come back every single Wednesday, as we are going to be doing reviews of The Mandalorian. Cannot wait. 7 more episodes. I just do this just to really pass the time, and also it's something that I really love. So if you love something, then you should probably pursue it and try to make it a full-time thing. So I'll be here every single Wednesday for you guys. Anybody who's listening, be sure to leave a like. My name is Anthony Salic, and I will see you all next time. Peace.